when I met Karan and the kind of love I felt for him, I realized that I've never been in love with someone so deeply. You're a flower.
Aspect of an artist.
Sorry.
You can't say stuff like that.
Sorry.
She needs to breathe without.
No, he also. He should also. It's healthy.
I'm a Sardar Bengali Sangali. I can't say sorry because she hates that. So I'm like.
No, you have to not repeat it. That's
and then
it.
she says, so you're not going to say anything. I was like,
Karan doesn't need one.
Yeah, that one.
It's crazy. He doesn't need two.
Like,
He doesn't need three. He doesn't need four. He can eat many. These are things that I've learned from Karan.
Yeah. To make a heart and then turn into an ass.
Me today who is known for their monkey love, which is admirable to all of us. Joining me in a conversation today is none other than Bipasha, Basu and Karan Singh. Welcome to
Hi.
the guys.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
We all know you guys fell in love while you were filming for Alone, and you guys were super. Like I remember Bipasha saying that she really liked the way he looked, and he was looking sharp, and Karan also was extremely wooed by the way you were looking. But what about each other in terms of your nature attracted one another?
I think firstly, when you get attracted to somebody, it's like it's not one thing that attracts you to a person. Yeah. And it is falling in love is a process where you can't really tick boxes like this is it, this is what I want, this is what I want. It just happens. It's something that you can't help. I tried to help myself and stop the attraction and stop the love, but I was supposed to fall in love with him.
Too hard.
And now as a partner, if you ask me what are the qualities of his, what I like, what I don't like, then I can say. But that there's no one thing that made me fall in love with him.
Yeah, no, it's like she's a very, very beautiful person on the outside, and she's even more beautiful on the inside. She has a very big heart. She has the kind of energy that anybody who comes in her proximity or in the vicinity of where she is kind of changes, becomes better at being themselves. So that's not something that everyone has.
Wow, very good. 100 points.
Yeah.
For sure. And you guys, before you all met each other, both had your hearts broken. And it's not a very good place to be in after a broken heart. And what's even more difficult is to find the courage to believe in the idea of love again. So what gave you all the courage to fall with the idea of love and fall in love with each other after having like a rough past? In
a situation like that, it's unfair to both. For me, I would say that, I'm a total believer of love forever. I have been like this from childhood, and yes, there was a point of time I did become a little cynical. But then when I met Karan and the kind of love I felt for him, I realized that I've never been in love with someone so deeply. So everything that happened before that was just rehearsal for me to find my soulmate. And no, it's true. It's just that, I know and every day, like, we feel more love for each other.
Yeah.
And we say that to each other. And I believe that, as a couple, it's very important to show the love, talk about it, communicate about it, respect it day to day. It's not just about Valentine's Day for us. Yeah. We are, I'm not going to say that romance like balloons and candles and dates that we go for. We don't do all that.
You don't want balloons?
Yeah, we like that on occasions, but it's not every day that, or we don't have that fixed thing that we have to go for a weekly date or a monthly date to keep the passion alive. Finally, at the end of the day, the person who makes you laugh the most and with whom you can just spend all your time and never feel like wanting space is the right person for you. And me and Karan, we just, even the lockdown was not difficult for us.
Yeah.
Because we just, I think, evolved and became stronger. And it was a very tough time for the world. But I must say that we are very, very grateful to have each other.
That is so true. In fact, I had one of my questions where I was like, the world felt stuck at home with their partners. Everyone had enough, but it looked like you guys had a blast. Like y'all were making reels, you were painting, she was cooking, and there was so much companionship that was seen.
Gardening, cleaning. We did like a lot of sweet, simple things, and it's just like it was good time for each other.
I want to know who's the romantic one out of the two.
Romantic between the two of us? Him.
Yeah.
Not me. I might be funny, but he is romantic. Yeah. I'm not. I don't have. He's the one who's creative. So he can write those poetries. He can make those love scrolls for me. He can make those paintings. He can record songs for me. He writes songs for me. So when I have to I sometimes have to. I tell him, it's just like I don't know how to match up with him. I don't know what to do. I can cook for him. But that also, if I make food like every day, if I cook, he will lose his chiseled jawline. So that I don't want.
Yeah, he makes yummy food.
So I cook once in a while.
And Bipasha, going back a little in time, you had mentioned that in the start when you had gone to your parents and told your parents that you want to get married to Karan, they were a little skeptical about it. But because of things that happened in his past, but I want to know that that's very natural as parents. But what in Karan's actions and words gave you that conviction as a partner?
Same. It's just like, once I got to know Karan, people make assumptions of the person that you are with the kind of lifestyle that people write about.
They have no other
they don't even try to get to know human beings and they judge them. And failed marriages is not a sign that, the human being has to be wrong. Something didn't go right there for both ways. So it's not that, they should be condemned. Like, for me, I explained to my parents that, the kind of relationship that I had was longer and it's much bigger than his marriage. It's just that, I did not sign a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So how does it make me different from him? I said, relationships don't work out. It's unfortunate, but in the longer run, when you look back, you're always happier. It's always, we say that, things happen in your life for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's always true. At least in my life, whatever, I look back at, it's, I can smile about it now. At that point of time, maybe it was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But now I can smile about all of it. And I wouldn't want to change anything.
जो भी होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है.
हाँ वही मतलब इतनी सिंपल लाइन है पर उसे उस वक्त समझना बहुत मुश्किल होता है पर आगे जाके सब समझ जाते हैं.
Karan, for you, how do you think that Bipasha's presence in your life has changed you to be a better person in any way? If you could say, what would it be? I
used to be somebody who's absolutely nocturnal, which has changed because I wake up like at 5 a.m.
Wow.
And
yeah. He's a different human being only, I feel sometimes, But
all my vices are gone.
Yeah, he chooses very correctly for himself as an individual now. He chooses, I think he has started following my philosophy of loving yourself.
Yeah, I love yourself lots.
He's an ambassador of love yourself now, truly. Earlier, I think he was out there to, inflict some kind of pain or destruction upon himself all the time.
Yeah.
Because the choices in life were such, every choice of his was like pretty harmful for himself.
And also I have a new aspect of an artist.
Sorry.
You can't say stuff like that.
Sorry.
That's not.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not a flower.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm like iron. Yeah.
Both of you all have, extremely strong opinions, and y'all know what y'all want. For two individuals like that, two such strong personalities, when y'all have disagreements, how do y'all come and decide something common?
We hear each other out very respectfully. Like I said, that you have to respect your partner's opinion on whatever it is. It might not be yours, but it is his.
We don't always agree on anything.
We don't agree always. And it's absolutely okay for him to think different than me. We don't have to come to one consensus all the time.
Yeah.
But 99% of the times we do.
when you guys probably are during a fight or an argument, who is the more sensible one at that point of time, who kind of holds his or her ground and, calms the other person down?
I don't know what you think about it.
I don't know.
I look more fiery, but
You are more fiery. What do you mean you look more fiery?
No, I am more fiery. But when it comes to moods and irrational moods, my husband has more than me.
That's
for
not
sure.
even the question.
No, so then I'm just saying that then who is the sensible one? Who will calm
Everyone
it
knows
down?
you're the sensible one.
No, they don't know.
They probably
They don't know.
no.
You
Yeah.
have to say it. Don't feel bad. Say
No,
it.
it's true. She is. I mean, like, I wish.
No, I keep it calm. I don't make it volatile ever.
Yeah.
I keep even the biggest fights that we have, I try to keep it calm.
Yeah. She does. Person that we know, she's close to us. She did like a number square kind of thing that she does for everyone, and apparently all the numbers I have missing in my boxes are the ones that she has, and all the ones that she is missing in her boxes are the ones that I have. So
I
it's like
think
together.
we fit. I think
wow.
that's how we will
Yeah.
summarize ourselves. We fit. Okay. So these are things that I've learned from Karan.
Yeah. To make a heart and then turn into an ass.
You guys have worked also professionally after being together. What are the pros and cons of getting your personal life on set?
She'd rather not handle me when she's working. So, like, I'm a very
No,
needy
it's-
human being.
It's great, but because we have an equation of being husband and wife and being in love, there is an additional responsibility that comes on each other as partners, So it's nice to work with each other, but not all the time. I think we should work and then take a break, long break, and then work together.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, because we are together all the time.
Yeah,
so
so
at work we should see different faces.
She needs to breathe without me.
No, he should also. It's healthy.
Well, I can breathe fine.
Also, I want to know that, when you were sort of getting together, Bipasha, you said that it was a very dramatic scenario. There were
Oh yeah, like a film. Yeah.
Yeah, like any other film, there was like a lot going on. In what way would you say that it got really dramatic, and how did you guys sort of overcome it and sort it out and finally get together?
Honestly, the first day he met my mother, we used to think it's such a big deal, but the first day he met my mother, he just hugged her, and
Then she'll
by
tap
the
on my back
end
after.
of the night they were dancing together.
Yeah.
So it was that soon. It's my dad who took a little bit time.
Yeah.
But now, if you look at them, they are like besties. They're like, inseparable.
Yeah.
They have to like chat all the time together and holiday together. And so they say now, it's worth, the struggle was worth the result of what we have today.
And also there might be a point now where your extended family or probably media keeps asking you about when are you guys going to start a family. How do you tackle those questions?
We don't tackle them. We let them believe when I'm pregnant, when I'm not pregnant, when I'm again pregnant and not pregnant. And still I'm pregnant and the kid has still not come out, but I'm still pregnant, I'm not pregnant.
Yeah.
It
In the
keeps
middle, I
going,
was also pregnant, but nobody believed me.
I just believe, at least, people are wishing me well.
Yeah.
They want us to have a family. So it's not a bad thing. So you have to look at it like that and not take it so seriously. It's not a bad thing that they're wishing upon me.
Yeah, no, it's
So
also.
it's fine. It's in a way you have to take always the positive out of whatever's being said.
Bipasha, you are a Bengali and Karan, you're a Punjabi. When you all sort of got married, it was two massive major cultures blending together. How have you all sort of, blended with each other's cultures? Because un dono ke, they say tarike or khana pina, everything is very different. So what about each other's cultures have you all really liked and fallen in love with?
And yesterday only I was asking Karan, I have not learned any Punjabi because you and your parents don't speak in Punjabi.
They don't speak to us.
So they speak in English. And my side, we are like, Bengali goes on and on. We would speak in Bengali to people who don't even know Bengali. So it's like, so Karan learned Bengali very fast. But it's beautiful, you know. We joke about it. Karan calls himself a Sangali.
Yeah, I'm a Sardar Bengali Sangali.
And I didn't know, Karan, you can speak Bengali now like fluently.
Pratikotha, yes.
And now I'm going to test how well do you guys know each other. When Bipasha says we need to talk, what does it mean?
That I did something wrong again.
I never say we need to talk.
Yeah.
I just say it.
She doesn't say we need to talk. She's like, talk.
What is the sweetest gesture that she has done for you till date? Any one that just stayed with you?
There's one note that she had written, like on a piece of paper. And it was a time that I wasn't very well. I was unwell. And she had written that. And it's so sweet that I have it in my wallet. And I keep it always. Forever. This is like five years ago.
What do you think is Bipasha's favorite film of hers?
Film.
Of hers?
Yeah. Like her own favorite performance till date.
Corporate, I think.
I have to answer this? No,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know.
validate it.
Honestly, I don't know. I love a lot of films of mine, but I think my favorite performance has not yet come. It's going to come in the future. I love a lot of my films, a lot of my work.
Yeah, I love.
So it's very difficult to choose. We don't discuss so much work.
Yeah.
Especially my end, I don't discuss much.
That's good. 3 makeup products of that Bipasha loves using and she can't stay without.
Where she makes the wings on her eyes. That. And she has a thing that makes
what's it called?
the
Cheek stain.
Yeah, stainer. The stainer. And one thing is like lipstick.
Is it right? But he's noticed all of these and like got it on.
Oh, he notices such things that I find it weird that he's noticing them.
Like that, those nails are my idea.
Like he chooses the nail color that I put.
Yeah.
It's very, very lame. But every time when I change my nail color, Karan always has an input.
And what is Bipasha's all-time favorite movie?
The Notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, what is it? He remembers that.
Who is her 3 a.m. call except you?
Oh, Rocky. That would be Rocky. Rocky
Correct.
Star.
Rocky Star.
What pisses her off the most?
I do many times.
Shut up.
What?
Just say the truth. Like, what?
Yeah, lying. Like she hates lies, and she hates.
I hate anybody lying.
The word sorry. So when I make a mistake, I just say nothing.
It's better.
So she
You
keeps
have to
telling me what all I did wrong and how it's bad now. I could have done better, and I can't say sorry because she hates that. So I'm like.
So you have to not repeat it. That's
and then
it.
she says, so you're not going to say anything. I was like,
That's like a tricky space to be in, must say.
dude, you're telling me.
Okay.
You know what he hates about me?
What?
Please say what you hate about me. You always say that.
Yeah, it's very irritating. She's always right. Like,
Not because I'm saying I'm always right. He knows that I'm always right.
No, like because if you are living with a person who is always right, then that makes you the person who's always wrong. So it's like, I mean, it's not like
that's never my
it's
intention.
No, it's a byproduct. It's a byproduct.
Ever.
Like if she's always right, then what's the other person like always wrong? It's like.
Shut up.
That's so good to know you are at least admitting it that she's always right. Half the men don't do that. They don't admit it that they are wrong and the woman is right.
I mean, come on, how much would you want to lie to yourself?
What makes Karan nervous? It could be anything.
Nervous. If he has upset me, and he knows that he's upset me, I think that makes him not nervous, but he feels very low. He feels like he doesn't. That's never his intention. You know?
And when he's sad or there's something bothering him, what is his coping mechanism? How does he?
Yeah.
See, I think Karan's coping mechanism for a lot of things in life has been his art, because that's where he expresses himself, and I think art found him.
And on a lighter note, a show that he binge watches a lot, or he can binge watch at any time.
Oh, he watches a lot of stand-up shows, non-stop. Matrix, Harry Potter, the films that he can watch again and again. All the Ryan Reynolds films and The Rock and like really fun action movies. He can just watch again and again.
What would Karan's ideal cheat meal look like?
Burgers, hot dogs, and then pizza. All of those, all the things with cheese. Karan doesn't eat one.
Yeah, that one.
It's crazy. He doesn't eat two.
Like,
he doesn't eat three. He doesn't eat four. He can eat many.
Yeah, depends. Like, I don't know why the space in my stomach depends
when
on what I'm
he
eating.
sees burgers, I don't know what happens to him. He can just eat any amount. Like, stop it. Don't eat so many.
And when you are upset, what is the first thing that comes in Karan's head to convince you?
When I'm upset, I think a nice hug is nice for me. Or some mithai, Indian mithai. That's the, I really like obsess over like laddus and all. So, yeah.
You guys are super cute and thank you so much, guys. It was
Thank
lovely
you.
to have
Thank
you.
you.
Wishing you guys a very happy Valentine's Day.
You too. Wishing
Happy
you the
Valentine's
same.
Day.
Lots of love. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.